All right, we're going to go over some things. I tested out some new software. I got a new tower, and we are up and operational again. I had a problem with running Townstar and running other programs like Photoshop, Premiere, Adobe's, and Unreal Engines in and crypto mining and other things. So my old fossil of a hard drive is sitting there, turned off until we finish updating the new tower system. Uh, Here is my present townstar, and as you can see, I'm still ranked 43, so I've been going back at 43, 44, 43, 44, and I've been staying here for a few days now, and I haven't really had to watch anything. So as I got a new tower, the thing about the auto script's a great thing. I ran out of gas apparently, which is no big deal because I only need one person making it, and he can make it. So if you have it set up really wisely, and I hear that there's new NFTs where you don't even need gas anymore. Um, there's a few new NFTs coming out. If you're part of the community, you want to check them out. There's some new water systems coming out, and there's only a set number, and they're a few $1,000s for them, and they got some skin packs coming out. So check those out before, if you want to invest in those. Right now, I've been still attempting to get some towncoin. Oh, I can turn the resolution up a little bit. I'm on low, so it runs, my computer runs optimal. And now, sometimes it doesn't switch back and forth. Let's see if it switches. There we go. So they got some new updates in Townstar, and I've been going back and forth on these. So as I was saying, I got a new tower, new setup, so I was able to switch back and forth. I got the same monitor, and it doesn't take much. Just takes the will to do it. So as this was running, I went to one of the stores, one of the mainstream stores, and looked at a tower. And when I got the new tower, uh, I brought it back, and guess what? It did not work. Fresh out of the box, right? Brand new from a mainstream computer electronics store, and it did not work. So the graphics card was bad. I did some troubleshooting on it because I know more than a lot of people, and YouTube and internet allows us to kind of take it back before we take it to Geek Squad or take it somewhere else, right? Um, Whether we just have to do a simple setup or update. So the second one I got seems to be working pretty well. It's a SkyTech. I've never heard of it, but it's one of the better brands that they had. I hadn't heard of it until I started looking for towers, so I made a list. And why am I saying this? Because if you don't have the processors, if you don't have the graphics card, this system is hard to run on your computer sometimes, especially when everyone else is on. Say everyone else is on online on the weekends. It may slow your system down if you don't have a good graphics card processor, those types of things. And if you're trying to do more than just one thing. So if you're in the multimedia graphics, virtual reality, the digital world that's coming fast and furious, then you might want to look into getting something, especially if you're into this gaming world that's they're talking about The Walking Dead for the Gala games to come out end of 2022, possibly 2023, early 2023. So there's a lot of hype behind that, and I've been looking at some of those Georgia towns or Georgia NFTs, possibly thinking about it. However, I think I'll hold off for now. So this is my Townstar. As we got everything up and operational, I did not miss a beat with this whole new setup installation. And the good thing about these new technologies, these new pay-to-play games, all you have to do is keep it running on one system, and that's what I did. So I switched the monitor over and set this one up. And the first one that did not work, I had a problem with because it would freeze. It froze twice, it reset twice within an hour, right? Within an hour out of the box. So I did some exercise, I went for a run, came back, and it was shut off, reset. So I lost some time with the Gala, with the Townstar because of that. And you know, within the first 6 hours, I had to shut it down and rebox it up because it just wasn't working. So hopefully they fix it. And a lot of times nowadays, that's what we're going to get. We don't know what we're going to get at the store. So when I went back to the store, I asked them if they could verify that it works, and they won't do that because it's not their, they don't want to take ownership of it. So, they'll sell you the insurance plan, but they will not take ownership of it unless you pay more money. And that's the way the world is moving to. So this townstar is running, and I haven't checked it maybe once or twice. I took one note yesterday after the first couple days, one note of data for it, and this is within 2-3 days of me not really checking it and minding to it, besides converting the gas to the petroleum or the fuel and changing that back and forth. As long as that's going good, you don't have to worry, or I don't have to worry. So if you have your gas set up, this town is fully self-functioning. The only thing I have is salt grows really fast, and finding that formula, that sweet spot, so that the cows, and that's why I keep on going back and forth. These people are the hardest people right here, the cows and the chickens, and the ATVs, making sure that the flour gets made and they're not taking enough flour. So I shut down the last update I did. I re-shut down one of the feed mills, re-shut down one of the chicken coops because they were making way too much chicken. And this is if you want to make a few quick cakes. You really spend an hour on it, a couple hours on it, and you just go back and forth and tweak it so that they're making milk, and then they're making eggs, and then they're making flour, and then you can bust out some cakes, some batter, some dough, or not dough, some batter, and some butter, and things like that. So as you can see, I set this overnight, and I slept through the night. And this is the greatest thing. He was making petroleum the whole time, and we were running out of fuel. So when I woke up, he had he had plenty of petroleum that he could convert. I had one fuel left when I woke up and checked this out. So all I had to do was change him from, making petroleum to making fuel. So now he's back to making petroleum. So, and that's an easy switch. Just go back, stop that, and make some gasoline. And then he'll make 11. So when I leave, and if you want to do this, if you're a beginner or not, when you leave for the day or before you go to bed at night, you just set this up to about 35, as high as you can go. And that's what I like, 34, 35, and then I'm good to go for 6-7 hours. And I tested it one time. I did a few updates on this. I was able to go 6.5+ hours without any worries. And as you can see, I can run my webcam now with the new tower. Thank you, God. I can run a webcam. I can record this, capture this, and I can run the townstar. And off the side, I'm collecting cryptocurrency, which Brave has a system set up, and this is kind of off the chain, but Brave has a system set up where if you have a Gemini account and you set up your wallet with them, then you can accept advertisements up to a max of 10, I believe, and you can get crypto, BAT crypto. So I've made about 0.41 crypto, so almost half a crypto, half a BAT crypto, which is equivalent to about 34 cents in the USD right now. And BAT, yesterday I checked, it was about 80 cents. However, it goes to see like where this crypto world is going to. Automatically I got a new tower, and it asked me, or it showed an advertisement like, hey, you can set this up. And then I also realized that on Gala they're now accepting BAT, which is really neat. I was looking on, or Gala, or one of them, you can now use towncoin, Gala, BAT, and something else. So that's really interesting how that all seems to be interconnected. And of course, like, subscribe, and share. I always forget to say that, so I posted that. Aloha from Hawaii. And I'm hoping to get a little bit better views, green screens, and send out some information. But as far as the townstar, you can see it's running pretty well, right? The whole time I'm talking, it's working. I'm still at level 43, 3.6 million. Oh, we're selling some sugar. So the auto scripts are working again. I had a few glitches with those. When I got the new tower, I had to reset them up, and then I had to reset them up. So when you save your script, make sure that you save it on the notepad or wherever you save it, because when I re-input them, the codes weren't updated to what I was updating in the Tamper Monkey script. So I didn't save it initially in my notepad. So see how they're making too much salt and sugar, which is fine. I mean, I'm making some revenue on it. However, making that sweet spot where they're not making too much and we're making cakes is always nice to have. This is the first time I've checked it all day today, all day yesterday pretty much. I was doing projects all day yesterday. I did some projects for my website, Interconnected Creations. You can check it out. Check out the digital realm. Check out the art realm. I'm updating a lot of things because I learned from people that know more than me, and I study people that know more than me so that I'm not sitting here clicking all day long, because I want to free up my time to the best of my ability. Enjoy the beach of Hawaii, enjoy the mountains, enjoy the view, enjoy the scenery, those types of things, right? Enjoy the day. So last I checked on here was February 2nd at 3 p.m. Pretty much 3 p.m., 4 p.m. is the last time I took notes on this. And as you can see, I got my little note track I can show you now. These are my notes. This is my grid. That's my note data analysis, right? And if you want to see my grid that I have set up, right? And this is all on my website. So if you want to download it, and I was looking at one of the updates too, where now there's a digital app. This is more for the weekly competitors. There's this digital platform that you can download onto your computer, and you can test pilot, beta test where you want to set up your town, how you want to set it up, and they'll tell you how much it'll affect. Like the windmills will affect the fields, and you can set up your whole town. And this is to get the perfect town set up before, you can go in before, during, and after and set up and see how much it'll cost and things like that. So that's a nice tool to have, especially if you're a weekly player, just so you're not wasting a lot of money in the beginning, breaking the rocks, creating the fields, and trying to shift and avoid the slowdowns of the shaded spots and the dry spots. So I'll read off some of the things that I wrote down for yesterday, and I'll compare them to what I have right now. So cakes I had 5.62, still at 5.6. And salt I had 70.92, so I'm making more salts. And this is where you saw me sell the salts, and this is where you can tell and gauge like how far you're going. So this is over a day, almost 24 hours, so 73.77 salts. And then flour is 80.99. Sugar, oh, definitely enough sugar, 90.75, so I got 109. So I can definitely adjust that, the sugar. The milk is 72.10, so I dropped a little bit on the milk in the last 24. The butter, 34.9, and we're at 36. Oh, I was at 36 yesterday, now we're at 39, or 34.9. The batter is 16.46, and today 16.61, so about the same. Eggs, 50.9, yesterday was 52.49, and the wheat 11.71, today we're at 11.31. So as you can see, the big thing that I look at is the cakes. So cakes are about the same, 5.61. That is actually my highest score so far, 5.34, 5.51, 5.62. So we are looking really sharp on that, even though it looks like, you may look at it at yours and say, oh, I'm making too much sugar, I got to cut down the sugar, I'm making too much flour, I got to change the salt. But one little thing that I was doing yesterday was changing things. So I added a salt patch here, and the sugarcane field here, and I took out some other things. I took out a tree farm, then I took out 2 tree farms, and I added 1 because the tree makers were going to sleep too fast and not having enough jobs. So I added another tree farm, and that's just you know, just kind of making it little by here, little in here. I haven't done any big changes here. These are pretty much set in stone. The only thing I could do is possibly take this one out, take him out, and then add some more tractors, add another tractor. Uh, but it's always good to have a lumber mill, I think, in my opinion, so that if they do have extra wood, they can go. And I could be wrong. Oh, this is the first time I've seen it full. So look at all that silt. So 17 silt. And the bad thing about this I don't like is that it goes away. I would like it to stay up longer. 16 out of 20 silt, so definitely enough silt, right? And as we can see, we got 73 silt. How much did I have? 70. And we sold a whole bunch of silt. So that could be one thing that I need to do. And this is the silt that I actually added yesterday. So adding that one silt right there in that spot. So if I add it here, it'll change the time. If I add it here, it'll change the time for everything. But like I said, I haven't really changed much. So if they make salt, I could add another salt maker, I guess. I don't need it. So I'm not going to do much besides show you what's going on. And this is what's going on in in my town, Hope Town. So if we go back to the whole thing, this is the view, and I don't have to worry. It's so neat that I don't have to worry about showing you guys without it freezing up, because I had such an issue with this. So you can see the whole screen. This is the metaverse of Gala for Townstar. And this is server, one of the servers, server 2. But this is really effective. I like this trade here. I haven't gotten rid of this yet. I'm still debating whether, I got 24 days left, debating whether to convert this into a grape field. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to research, because I was researching graphics cards and towers and computers, and now I got my system set up so I can do Photoshop, edit movies, premieres, and things like that, and make more videos, better videos. And my webcam actually works, and audio is working. So this is pretty much it. Let's look at, I did check out the community. Some people are having problems logging in to their thing. So make sure that if you're new, fairly new, or you're just getting into it, check out the community, the Discord community, look at the announcements, and look at some of the things that people are posting. There's a couple people that had a problem logging in, 0% loading times, and I've had that a few times. A lot of us have had that, and if it's not the server, not the nodes, connection, it could be a connection, resetting. So 43 of the top 10, resetting your cache, you know, deleting your cache is one that people say. I haven't had to do that yet. The thing that worked for me though was changing from Mozilla one time to Chrome or to a different server. For some reason Mozilla did not load, and then when I switched it, and that was when everybody was having that problem with 60%. So I'm not an expert. I learned from people. I'm still learning this system, and my goal was to get in the top 50, right? So as you can see, I'm in 43, so I'm in the top 50, which is pretty cool, and that's within the first 6 days, 5 days. So as long as I hold this momentum and hold this, and the people behind me don't, and that's what kind of happened last time. The last few days, all of a sudden people just freaking like push, and they were all over the place. So the top place is making 71,000 an hour. 9 hours, 71,000. So it's not too bad, huh? If I get in the top 20, oh yeah, top 20. So they show 21 now. This code is working for the top 21. So if I get in the top 20, it will show me here, right? And that's pretty neat. Top 19, so 60,000 an hour, 6.89 hours. And then it'll show my progress. So 60,000, if I'm making that, computing that, then I'll be doing pretty well. The problem though is that the later you start, these people started and they got their towns up and operational right away. So if you have problems, glitches, computer shuts down, computer doesn't work, or whatever reason, it's hard to catch up with them at this point. The first time I was playing, it took me 20 days just to get a million. About 19, 20 days just to break that first million, right? So I'm doing a little bit better. Town's doing a little bit better, and the system's working better. And if I want to get, so 8,000 an hour for this one, that's not within 9 hours, it says. Oops, this is so touchy. So at 3 million, to get in the top 20, I'm at 3.6, right? And I just do this just to test 5 million, so I have to go another 2 million, right? It's a chore, but there's 29 days left, so apparently anything's possible. Anything's possible. So same thing, I haven't touched anything besides the fields, and shutting these off, as you can see, right? And now I got the chickens. He's still making it, so he's going 2 spaces and he's still making it there, right? And I got the cows here, which the cows are so slow, and they have to go back 8 times just to get that. The chickens, they all come out at once. All 3 chickens, they just come bombard it, and then they have their eggs. And that's the problem. That's why I put them back here. So if you haven't watched my other ones, watch my other ones. But this is a continuation from the 3rd season, the present season that we're on, February 3rd, 2022. And see how these lumberjacks, they have nowhere to put the wood. They're so caught up. They tried to give it to him. They gave him enough, and now he's making lumber. So he doesn't have to go anywhere looking for wood. He waits. He waits for the wood, and then as soon as he gets walking all the way, I'm not worried about how far he's got to go, because they need the wood more than he does. All right, he's just an extra multiple or source of income. So as soon as he gets there, the script will take over, and it'll sell. There it goes. It'll sell 20 lumber, and that's all his job is. He just makes it, and they look at that. 2 more, 3 more. By the time he gets back, he's already making some. And they go, that's like I said, I like how it's set up, the coding is set up. So they have jobs, priorities, the lumberjacks, and their priorities are the windmills. Right, as soon as those windmills are done, their priorities are here, and then that's the 3rd priority. And then the 4th priority is put it in here, apparently. And they haven't had to do that, because otherwise I'd have to flush it, dump it. And as you can see, he's done making gasoline, and we got crude oil. So you just switch it back here, crude oil, make petroleum. And I took out, I don't know if you watched the other one, but I took out the other one that was making batteries. She makes batteries, the warehouse, I took it out because I don't need it. So if she does make batteries, if I have too much, say like he can't put any of the petroleum back in because it's maxed out full like it's about to be. No. 37, 36. Then she would just make the batteries, and she would just drop the batteries. And that would just open up a slot for the gasoline or the petroleum to come in. So be sure to like, subscribe, and share this. And we're at 17 out of 20. It's pretty good in my book. The tractors are continually running. The things I look out for, nobody's sleeping. You gotta make sure nobody's sleeping. The only person sleeping is the forklift, and forklift is waiting for this to get done. 2 minutes, 22 seconds. They're sleeping, power plants, because there's no job for them. All they're doing is supplying energy. So they can sleep. I do not mind. Oh, we got one tractor sleeping, and we got 1 ATV. 2 ATVs sleeping. So they went to sleep because they were all caught up for a second until the wheat came, and now they're going back to get the wheat, and they bombard it with the wheat. And as you can see, we are at 15 out of 20. So with that, like, subscribe, and share. See you next time. Aloha.